Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have another interesting episode for you guys that you definitely want to stick around for, so make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, y'all know every once in a while, Nick Wright says something that literally leaves all of us sitting there, scratching our heads and asking ourselves the question, what is this guy actually, like, what is he talking about? Now, to be fair, sometimes Nick Wright says some very good, I would say, insightful things in terms of basketball, because really that's what I watch him for. And he makes some good points from time to time. But in other cases, when he says things, you're really left there wondering, is Nick Wright trolling? Like, is he really serious about some of the things that he's saying? And an example of that was when he said last year, a perfect example of that was when he said during this season or whatever, last year, however you want to call it, All-Star Weekend, when they celebrated the 75th anniversary of the NBA and they brought out all the NBA players and Michael Jordan came on at the end and he had the loudest applause from the audience. Nick Wright basically said that congratulations to Michael Jordan, because that was basically the last time he was going to be relevant in front of an NBA audience or sports fans. And most people came out there and just said, wait a minute. The guy comes out there. He hasn't played basketball for about 20 years. He gets the biggest applause in Cleveland. And your takeaway is that was the last time he was going to be relevant. Really? That's what you got to wait. So Nick Wright says things like that. And once again, he was back at it yesterday. And this video is coming to us courtesy of one of our viewers who actually messaged us on Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, make sure you follow us at Dreamerspro on Instagram. And he actually sent me this video to actually take a look at. So I took a look at this video, and essentially the backdrop of this video is this. They were asking, is Luka whose legacy will be impacted the most between Luka or Stephen Curry, were either of these players to make it to the NBA Finals? And it looks as if, to me, it seems like Luka may be turning into the new LeBron James for Nick Wright, right? Nick seems to be on the Luka bandwagon. So before we go too far, we want to play the exchange between Chris Broussard and Nick Wright, because Nick Wright spoke first, and Chris Broussard, totally dismantled his argument like he usually does sometimes. So before we go too far, take a listen to this exchange. We're going to really come back and unpack this thing. Take a listen to that.
Steph, to me, it's not close. Luka's playing with house money. Wow. Luka's 23 years old. Luka already beat the 1 seed. Wow. Luka already exceeded everyone's expectations except for mine. And to be fair, I have very high expectations for my own children. Maybe unfair expectations. Steph, on the other hand, has a chance. This would be a crowning achievement of a career that, not his best achievement, I should say a final great achievement, of a career that it looked like the halcyon days were behind us when he missed the playoffs in back-to-back years. Misses a year mostly with injury. Last year gets knocked out in the play-in. This would be his 6th finals appearance. List of guys, NBA history, to win a league MVP and make at least 6 finals. I think you've heard of the names. Bob Cousy, shout out JJ Redick, Bill Russell, Kareem, Magic, I don't want to leave anyone out, Jordan, Shaq, Kobe, Duncan, Bron. Did I just mention 9 of the 10 greatest players ever? Maybe. We did go up and down the list. Who's the worst guy on that list? I'm not sure. All pretty, Bob Cousy, I suppose. Sorry. Now I apologize to JJ. But for Steph to do this, for a team that is not a great team, they have one transcendently great player. Draymond is great defensively and won't shoot the ball anymore. Clay is not what he once was. Iggy isn't playing. They just started 19-year-old Jonathan Kuminga in a playoff game. Andrew Wiggins was their other all-star this year, and he has since fallen off. For Steph to do this, and keep in mind, when it's all history is written, and the guy he would have beaten here goes down as one of the 5 greatest players ever, you do get bonus points for that. So for Steph Curry to make his 6th finals and to do it under these circumstances, I think it would be, and one added bonus. I think in the contemporary player debate, of which LeBron is number 1, and Steph, KD, and Giannis are fighting for number 2, I think Steph moves, at least temporarily, to the head of that class. I think making the finals this year would definitively put Steph ahead of Durant for the time being. So for all those reasons, I say Steph.
I completely disagree. I'm not saying it wouldn't be big for Steph. But, Nick, nobody counts how many finals you've been to. It's an accomplishment, don't get me wrong. But you make a big deal out of it to support your LeBron argument. I mean, really, you do.
No,
nobody's walking around talking about Magic. Magic went to 9 finals. No, we talk about Magic won 5 finals. Okay? People don't do that. All right, you do it, like I said, because you want to prop up LeBron's achievements. And it is an achievement to get to the finals, but we just don't look at it that way. So, yeah, if Steph gets to 6, it'll be good, but he's got to win it. I would be on board with you if Steph wins the championship.
Now, essentially, what you saw was Nick Wright trying to create a scenario in which whenever an NBA player makes it to an NBA Finals, he's trying to paint it as if it's this huge achievement. And essentially, what you saw was Chris Broussard basically calling him on it. He's like, no, you're not going to make it seem as if making it to the finals and losing is the same as making it to the finals and winning. Why are you trying to count second place prizes? I thought the goal of the entire thing was to win. It's a team sport, but the goal of this sport is to win a championship. So why are you trying to give away first place awards to people that came in second place? Essentially, that's what Chris Broussard was saying, because what Chris is basically saying is this: winning really, really, really matters. And a lot of times when you get into these sports debates, what I've noticed is that some LeBron fans try to use this argument of, well, he got to the championship 10 times. They try to paint it away like as if they try to actually count losses like they're wins. And usually this is what happens. And if you follow that line of thinking, essentially what you're saying is LeBron James has 10 championships. Kobe Bryant has 7 because he went to the finals 7 times. Magic Johnson has 7 championships because he went to the finals 7 times. And Michael Jordan has 6. Well, because he won 6 and he only went to the championship. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. We're counting wins, not who made it to the championship the most. And I think the funniest part of it all is when people try to equate going to the finals and losing with dominance. How are you dominating when you get to the finals and lose? And they say, no. It's not that he's dominating in the finals. He's dominating all the people that he beat in order to get to the final. What type of domination? So why is your domination stopping at the NBA Finals, at the conference finals? Once you win the conference finals, then you're dominating. That's not dominance. Dominance is winning a lot of championships. And that's why Chris Broussard says, Nick, no one uses this type of argument except you, because you want to use it to prop up LeBron. Now, as y'all can see, Chris Broussard on his own brought up LeBron James. Not me, on his own. And Chris Broussard, think about this. He has LeBron James ranked as the second greatest player of all time, and Michael Jordan is the number 1. So after listening to that exchange, something became crystal clear to me. I think that even though Chris Broussard has LeBron James ranked number 2 and Michael Jordan ranked number 1, I think the distance between number 2 and number 1 is quite great. I don't think it's a close second. In my personal opinion, and based off of the way that he was speaking. And I think that Chris Broussard basically did a good job of, basically calling him on this. But this is what happens. This is why I say this is a very, very silly debate to have. It's best if you just leave it alone, because whenever you try to make a debate and try to make a comparison and say, no, this guy's actually close to Jordan, you end up making silly arguments like this. Folks, you cannot count losses as winning. You cannot count dominating your conference, getting to the finals and losing and saying, I was dominant. No, you were not dominant. Dominance is what Jordan did. Going to the finals, winning 6 championships, having 2 3-peat. That is dominance. When they talk about Shaq, and they talk about Shaq was just this unstoppable force, no one would consider Shaq an unstoppable force if they got to the conference finals and lost all 3 times in the finals. No one would be saying that. When they talk about Shaquille O'Neal's dominance, it wasn't just his play. It was the fact that he went to the championship and he won 3 consecutive championships. Let's not act like championships don't matter, and let's stop giving away second place prizes, please. Let's stop it. The goal of sports is to win. That's what it is. Now, in life, there may be different goals, but in this particular profession, the goal is to win. And you got to reward winners, and you cannot create this pseudo arguments. What is it? These pseudo GOAT arguments to say, well, no. You have to understand, actually, man. And that's what he was saying. He's saying basically, if Luka gets to the finals, how in the hell does he become the best player if he loses? He says Stephen Curry, if he gets to the finals, how in the hell does he get ahead of Kevin Durant if he loses? He's like, no, you got to go up there and win.